Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel. Today is the conclusion of Draxan 5's campaign narrative thingy that we have going on. In the last episode, which will be linked in the description down below, Baltavarius Tarvoch got out his message after Genestealer cult, which he successfully fought off.
But he got injured.
He got severely injured, to the point where he was incapacitated, and his men threw themselves at a patriarch in order to pull him away. His message went out, and Rosalina Lockwoods, the local inquisitor of this sector, has come in to save him. So, with this in mind, Tyranids have landed on the planet. They are starting their beachhead, and thanks to the intel gathered from the Genestealer cult, they are attacking this place in force. And they are bringing the Swarm Lord with them. So today we have a very, very special type of mission. We are doing Hammer and Anvil deployment with the Relic. Now, this is going to be interesting because Baltavarius Tarvoch, he's going to be the Relic. And what has to happen is he has to go from his area, his...
Board edge?
No, not his board edge.
Deployment zone?
No, not that either. His research facility. He has to go up to the landing pad. A Storm Raven is going to come in and pick him up, and they are going to try to desperately get away from the planet. So essentially, they have to be within 12 inches of my board edge at the end of the game. He is starting on the far end of the table, so this is going to be rather interesting as his men desperately try to get Baltavarius Tarvoch to safety. Rosalina has brought her acolytes with her, so she has a team with her as well as Marino. For those of you that don't know, Marino is a very special character to Rosalina. It is one of her most trusted friends and allies. She is going to be using the rules of a Vendicari assassin, though she is an Eldar ranger, just to keep everything battle forged.
Yeah, we can't.
Also, her rules are better.
We also can't bring in Eldar rangers without severe shenanigans.
Yeah, that's just silly.
Yeah.
So, let's take a look at this army, and this narrative is going to finally come to fruition. Let's see what happens. Rosalina might die.
She might. Tarvoch might die too.
Yeah, we might lose two of the main characters of the channel right now.
Well, let's see if I can not lose them.
Don't kill me.
Well, don't kill them.
All right, let's get to the
over the board really quickly. Hammer and Anvil, I will be deploying on this side. Victor will be playing on this side. This is the facility that Baltavarius Tarvoch has been injured in. His Qatari are going to set up a defensive network here and try to get him to this landing pad. From that landing pad, the Storm Raven here is going to fly them across, still using the rules for... we're just using modified rules. That thing has to hover this entire time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
To actually move it the 6 inches across the board. We are actually going to move this up just a bit. Just to make it... There we go. Just to make it so that you can actually get across there in the turns and everything.
Right.
So, let's take a look at the army. Okay, so going over the Tyranids, we have 2 battalions and 1 spearhead detachment. Leading it off is my warlord. He has the chameleonic adaptation as well as brood adaptation, I think it's called. I will double check with him. He has Catalyst and Psychic Scream as his 2 powers. And he is attacking a happy little defiler. That is a Hellbrute. He's got wings, 1 set of Twin-Link Devourers of Brain Leech Worms and Scything Talons. Next to him is my Swarm Lord. He is a Swarm Lord. He does Swarm Lord-like abilities. Then for troop choices, we have 1 20-man Genestealer squad, 1 30-man Gaunt squad, 1 squad of Rippers, and that is the 1st battalion. 2nd battalion is led by 2 Brood Lords. In it, it has a warrior brood of 5 with barbed stranglers and these death spitters. It's a strength 5 heavy bolter gun and rending claws. Then we have another squad of 6 with lashwhip bone sword and death spitters. Then we have a happy little friends of rippers. Then in the elite slot we have some hive guard. I want to try these guys out. Then leading the spearhead we have the Neurothrope. Neurothrope has 3 Carnifexes with him, all Screamer Killers with the -1 to hit them. I haven't given them Psychic powers yet, but I know the Neurothrope has Catalyst and he has Psychic Scream. Over here he has Catalyst and Onslaught, and these guys are probably just going to smite spam, so I probably won't even give them powers. So we have 2 forces here. We have the Inquisition, an Assassin, and Space Marines, as well as the Adeptus Mechanicus, which you're going to go over right now. What do we have?
Indeed, we have 3 Ranger squads with 1 transatlantic arquebus each and an enhanced data tether. We have 3 Cataphron Breachers with the Plasma Culverins. I'm actually going to swap these because these have weapons that count better. So Plasma Culverins, Torsion Cannons.
Okay, Twerk Cannons and Plasma. Got it?
Right, so these would be the Breachers and these will be the Destroyers. Behind them we have a unit of Corpuscari Electro Priests. These are a shooty variety. And the final elite, actually no, second final, we have a squad of Ruststalkers led by the Princeps. Here is the final elite, who is my Cybernetic Datasmith, followed by who is accompanying 2 of my Castellan robots, armed with 3 heavy phosphor blasters each. And the final heavies, actually I forgot my HQs, but we'll go over them in a bit. And then are my 2 vehicles, actually 2 heavy hitters. We have my 2 Onrigor Dunecrawlers, armed with the with the Icarus array, and I think I gave them macro stuffers, but I can't remember.
Okay.
So, and here we have the 2 HQs,
The twins.
the twin Tech Priest Domini, who are both wielding Eradication arrays and macro stubbers.
Very nice. And Omniscient Axes, because they have that.
Yeah, they have those by standard.
Now, because I know this a little bit better, I'm going to go over this. So, Warlord for this army is Rosalina Lockwood, Inquisitor Ordo Hereticus. There are going to be some custom rules here because the Inquisition kind of is terrible. 1, she has a 4-up invulnerable save. She has a 6-up ignore damage. Okay, she has 1 additional wound. This is what I'm probably going to do for all Inquisitors. Next to her is Marno. Marno is a Vindicari assassin. She is armed with Sacrifice and the gun itself.
Eldar long rifle, yes.
She has a Force Sword, as well as a Inferno Pistol, and Terrify as her psychic power. She has the Warlord trait Tenacious Fighter, or Legendary Fighter, to give her 1 additional attack. Then she has 3 Acolyte teams with her. The first team has an Officer with Power Sword and 2 Guardsmen with
Hotshot las guns.
Yep, and that is 1 Acolyte squad. Thing we're doing for the Acolytes, they have 2 wounds apiece and a 6+ Invo save to represent the war gear that they could potentially have.
Yeah.
I am going to be writing a fan index for these guys in the near future. Keep an eye out for that.
Games Workshop, Inquisition Codex, please.
Then we have a sister squad here with a Preacher. The two acolytes here have melta guns. Then we have an acolyte with bolt pistol and a power maul. Then we have an acolyte with an chainsword and las pistol.
Indeed.
And this is to properly represent how acolytes would be armed. We are also giving them a inherent 4-up save across the board instead of their 5-up, which is terrible.
Indeed.
Over here we have 3 acolytes with storm bolters and 1 acolyte who is this Repentia. She has a thunder hammer to represent the eviscerator.
Yes.
They will be riding in the Storm Raven. This Storm Raven is armed with the heavy bolters, the assault cannons, missiles, no hurricane bolters, and this is a sororitas patterned Storm Raven, which is why it has all the iconography on it. This is something that the Sisters of Battle should have, and this is very narrative focused, so forgive me for some of the rule shenanigans here.
Technically it does work, but yeah, it costs a lot of command points for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is -1 command point, she is -1 command point, and then you get +1 and then +5 over here, so...
I'm currently at...
And you are Battleforged.
That is true.
This thing has a 6-up feel no pain or 6-up invo save, I can't remember.
It's a feel no pain.
Yep, because it's Iron Hands.
Yes.
For its
And-
chapter
Oh yeah,
tactic.
and for reference, I'm running Mars, of course, because
Yep.
it's best for hero.
Oh, and my Hive Fleet is Kraken, which I don't think needs explaining.
Explanating? No, but that
It doesn't. It does not need explaining.
No, of course not. So, I think that is all the
Yep.
relevant information.
All right, so let's get started. So funny thing is, we had 15 drop to 15 drop, and I placed first. So I have 30 Genestealers over here, surrounding by the Neurothrope, the Broodlord. Over here, the Carnifex. Everything castled up right here. Well, not really castled. We have a couple of Rippers in the front, a couple of Carnifexes, the Swarm Lord, all the Genestealers on that terrain, the Hive Guard, all the warriors on that end, trying to get to our 2 key locations, which is here and here. If we do shoot down the Storm Raven, you can still get here and evac. Okay, so with that in mind, you have the 2 Honor Guards up here. They technically can't move, which is fine
But I
because,
don't want them to move.
well, like, they can actually climb vertically up buildings.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
know.
their fluff.
Yeah, no,
We got Data Smith next to him. We got some Breachers or Destroyers down there. We got these guys over here. We have Tarvoch over here. He is not a model. He is just a relic.
Yes.
These guys are holding him currently. We got some of these guys just so you can run over here and pass them off. These guys in the back, those guys in the back, and everything else on that landing pad. The Storm Raven has all of the Acolytes and the Inquisitor in it, and Morno is starting up here to snipe things out. So with that in mind, with this all in mind, I get +1 to this roll. I have a 7, you cannot beat that, so you steal a dice. Go ahead.
Let's see, can I... Come on, Pablo, help me out. I need to seize the initiative.
You do not. So it is Tyranids, turn 1. So it's about the end of my movement phase. I am spending a command point to make a unit move again. So this unit here is going to move and advance again. So this unit that already advanced 6 is going to move and advance again for another 6. And that's where they ended up. So now we go into end of movement phase. These guys advance 6, these advance 6, these advance 2. These guys just moved into cover. Advance 3, advance 3. This guy is like right here, he advanced 3. These guys advanced 2. Everything on this side advanced either 5 or 6 inches except for the Hive Tyrant right there. So, oh, and the Neurothrope, he only advanced 4.
Oh yeah, Canticles.
Yep, do your Canticles real quick.
That is Shroud Song, and I forget what this one does.
Yeah, but this is the one we're looking for.
Well, are you going to shoot me a bunch?
Yes.
Can you?
Actually,
No.
I have shooting.
Alright.
I have a good amount of shooting.
Fair enough. Do they ignore cover?
No.
Alright, good.
So, with that in mind, everything else moved up and is getting ready for the initial charge. I rolled ridiculously high on all of my stuff, which is really, really good. So, advance 5, advance 6. These two, I'm going to take some dice away. So now we're going to go into Psychic Phase on turn 1 Tyranids. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get Catalyst on the Swarmlord. We get it. And then he is going to onslaught this unit so they can shoot. Do I want to do that? Do I care about that? No, we're just going to smite into this unit. Getting it. That's D3. That is 3 of them just instantly get vaporized by Mind Lightning. This Hive Tyrant is going to try to smite them. He does not get it, unfortunately. Do I want to spend a command point? No, not really. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. And he's going to cast Onslaught on the... He's going to cast the one that makes them move and shoot as if it's normal. Onto the Gaunts, which I don't think he gets. And then he's going to smite. He gets it. D3. That is a cock dice. That is 2. Into this unit.
2 dead.
Then we have the other one casting Smite, needing a +3. So it's 5 normally, 6, 7, 8, so that is good. D3. That is 1 mortal wound to this unit. Then the Neothrope is going to cast Psychic Scream onto this unit. He gets it, barely. D3 mortal wounds. That is 3. And then he's going to attempt to smite, needing a ridiculous amount, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 now. So needing a 9. Do I actually want that? There's 5 wounds left in that squad. You know what? I will spend one of my bazillion command points. So I'm down to 11, and I will re-roll this one. Looking for a 3. And I get it.
That's perils.
That is peril. So D3 wounds to himself, which is going to be, of course, it's 3.
How many wounds does he have?
Well, he just took 3, and then it's D6 damage. Of course, it's 2. Okay, cool. Worth. So now we'll go into shooting phase on turn 1 Tyranids. Hive Tyrant's going to start off the shooting phase, firing into them, hitting on 3s. Rerolling nothing, so we got 3 misses, 4 misses. Here we go. Needing, they're toughness 3, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Needing 2s. It's okay because I'll roll 4 1s, and that is 3 saves.
No AP?
3 3-up saves, and that is all good.
All good.
So next up, these warriors are going to fire into these guys. We have 15 shots hitting on 5s because they advance. 6 hits, wounding on 3s. That is 5 wounds at AP -1, +1 for cover. So 5 normal saves. And that is 1 guy dead. The next squad of 6 will do the exact same thing. We have 6 of them shooting 3 times each. I'm just going to take these in handfuls. We are hitting on 5s. That was one of them that I still need to roll. Okay, so we actually have quite a few hits this time. Well, we got 1 additional hit. Correction, 2 additional. Wounding on 3s. That is 5 3-up saves, or 4-up saves. Gets AP 1 +1 -1.
That is all of them dead.
Wow, that is all of them but the Arquebus dead.
They're dead.
End of shooting phase, Swarmlord is going to move himself. So, just a quick thing. Off camera, we actually did roll his onslaught. He did get it. He is moving and advancing in another 5 inches. And now he can assault as well. So, shooting phase is now pretty much over. It is over. I think those are like rapid fire.
Right.
Oh, and the Neothrope is down to 2 wounds. Good job, Neothrope. Alrighty, so these guys are going to charge. We're going to pick this, and him as the charge target. I'm just going to roll their charge distance right now. That is 7 inches, and we will get back to you with Overwatch. We're going to do that off camera and just tell you what happened. So this Arquebus actually hit but did not wound. Now these guys are firing in, hitting on 6s. That is a cock dice, we roll that one. That is actually a good amount of hits. I think I'm sitting on 4. No rerolls of 1 because the one guy is too far away.
Only on 4s. That is
Wow.
all 4 wounds.
Okay, so 4, 5 up invulnerable saves.
Wait, hold on. So those are 6s, right?
I will make 2. There was some AP shenanigans there, but it ultimately did not matter as I was using invo saves. So now we have the twerky guns firing, hitting on 6s. That is no hits. And with that, we charge in. And this is where they ended up. We got a few going into him. We got the rest going into them. We got 3 guys up here into this arquebus. Idea here is we're going to wrap around this and try to secure this. Good luck. No, me, good luck, because these guys are just going to be like, that's adorable. Just pepper them out of existence.
Except they can't.
Unless, if...
You can
Yeah, I can get into them.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, but it's the next turn. You're going to move them back and fire into them.
Can't.
They don't have anything that lets them move up and...
No.
Wow. That seems like a missed opportunity. Well, you do have those two, so you're fine.
Except they can't shoot into it either.
Well, I mean, during your turn, you're going to back up.
Yeah, but that's half my army backing up.
That's 2 guys.
Everything here.
Oh, they're going to go away.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna lose half my army and then I'm dead.
Nuh-uh. Swarmlord going into this unit and this unit, because if I roll a 12, I might be able to make it. That is a 5, so he is just going here.
You actually make that?
And with that, the Swarmlord got in, and we are going to do some attacks first. I'm going to start with the Swarmlord himself. Oh, wait, I still have attacks over here. This Hive Tyrant is going to try to charge here. Looks like he's going to need about an 8, maybe a 9. We'll measure that in just a second. 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we do have to measure it. He just barely made it in. If you were 1 centimeter away, he probably would not have. Pinky is going to try to charge the same target. He needs an insane number. Oh my god, he might have made it. I just raised it a good roll. Look at, you're 14 inches away.
Mm-hmm. He did.
So he can't physically make it. And everything else advanced. So we have a couple of attacks to go. We're going to start with the Swarmlord. 6 attacks hitting on 2s. That is 5 hits. Wounding on, I believe, 2s if he's strength 8. That is 4 wounds.
Yeah.
He just killed 6 of them by himself. And he has his tail. His tail actually does hit and does wound. 1 regular save, and he is good from the tail. After his combat, he's going to jump over. So after piling in, we have 8 of them attacking these guys. 1 bazillion attacks, hitting on 3s. I'm going to roll these by handfuls. And then I'm going to fix all of the ones that are cocked. So it looks like we have 1 that's cocked. That is a 1. So let's take away these misses. Actually missed quite a bit. Wounding on 5s. So there we go. Rest of these don't. And then the rest of them. And that is
4.
That is 3 normals and 2 at AP minus 4.
No save.
You do have an info, don't you? 2 of these needs a 6+ save. You ignore 1 of it. And then 3 at minus 1.
So that is the 4.
The rest of them will attack into here. Except for these 3 which are attacking into him. So it's 17 of them swinging in. Here's 8 of them swinging. So we're going to try to take this by handfulls. Handfuls?
Fulls.
Feels.
Hand feels.
It feels good, man.
Hand feels.
Alrighty. Let's get rid of these. Rest of these hit. Oh, whoops. Let's grab more of these. Missed with those, which we have to take out. Rest of them hit. Last pile. All hits. And then we'll just roll this to wound. And I'm going to add 3 for the extra 1 for the 17. It's okay, he missed. So we'll roll this to wound, looking for 6s, and then I'll roll all of this again for the other 7 of them.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay. 2 with 6-up saves, both failed, and then the others with a -1 save. That is 3. 4 of them dead, which is the unit.
Yeah, that's all.
Now this fight over here, 9 attacks against him, hitting on 3s. That is a lot of misses. Wounding on 3s, mostly looking for those 6s. That is 1 6 and 3 normals.
Over the 6.
He takes a wound.
He's dead.
Yep, they're only 1 wound with the arquebus, right?
Yeah, all of them are 1.
Alrighty. Now we have the Cataphan Breachers punching back. Cataphan Breachers hitting back, hitting on, looks like 4s. That is a good chunk of hits.
That is 5 hits.
And what's their strength?
Strength 6.
Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. 1 5+ invulnerable save. And 1 dies. Blah. So with that, we end this combat, except this guy now gets to pile in and fight them. So I didn't get the Domini in. So you have 2 of them swinging.
Let's see.
Hitting on 4s.
6 attacks. That is 3 hits.
1 of them is paying attention. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. 1 5+ save. And 1 dies. Splat. So with that, we have this attack now into them. 6 attacks hitting on 3s. That is all but 1. Wounding on 3s. Rerolling maybe to wound, I forget. Okay, the tail hits. The tail wounds. Normal save. Good job, Hive Tyranids.
Did nothing.
You did the swarm proud.
Get wrecked.
And with that, we go into Admech. Turn 1, the devastation is here, and it is charging across the battlefield. Can you rescue Tarvoch? Also, we took this off the flight stand because I almost knocked it over 3 times. I know the rule states that you can't have it this far back, but shoot your face. Shoot your face. At the end of my turn, we actually spent the 2 command points here to pass the morale,
Yes.
and they are going to run with the relic.
Yes.
Well, they're going to retreat this way with the relic.
So
Okay, so movement phase. We switched the Canticles on them to Protector. Protocol on them. The Storm Raven unloaded its Inquisition. We have the 1 squad here, 1 squad here, and 1 squad here. Rosalina did get out. Seeing these horrid monsters that destroyed her world in front of her, the rage fills her, lightning arcing in her hands and in her eyes. Speaking of arc lightning, we have these guys moving up and these guys moving up.
yes,
The Breachers moved up.
the breachers fell back.
Yeah, they fell back from combat. These Breachers moved up.
The destroyers moved up. Yes.
These guys retreated, carrying Call with them, which is Baltavarius Tarvoch. Storm Raven moved up here. These guys fell back from combat. And now we're going to go into shooting phase.
Psychic phase.
Psychic phase. You actually have psychic. So I would just do smite.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop from overwatching.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll smite the swarm lord?
No, it's the closest enemy.
Ah, fair enough. No.
That is good.
Is that
D3 mortal wounds. Oh wait, I do get to... You do get a -1, so do you want to re-roll it or not?
Probably not. So.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine Rosalina is probably going through like a mental aneurysm right now next to Tyranids.
Yeah, let's not re-roll it.
Now we move on to shooting phase. So the Storm Bolter, Acolytes, and the Bolt Pistol off of the Repentia are going to fire into them. That is for a 12, 13 shots.
Both pistol.
Hitting on... Oof.
Hold on, is it any?
So we are doing hitting on 3s for these Acolytes,
Right.
because that makes sense to me. They would have enhanced visions and all sorts of biomechanics and cybernetics.
Alright, so...
Wounding on 4s. That is 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
5 up saves. I'll take that.
Yep.
2 of them die. Last pistol into them, all the other weapons into them.
Miss.
That was a miss, and now we have the 2 hot shotguns firing into them. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. That is 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. That is 1 wound, 1 5-up invulnerable save,
No.
1 dead. Now, for those of you actually wondering why we're hitting on 3s with the Acolytes, simply put, this is a narrative game, and in my opinion, Acolytes should be hitting on 3s with 2 wounds apiece regardless. 2 meltaguns firing into them, hitting on 3s,
Nope.
2 misses. Then we have a bolt pistol and a bolt pistol, so 2 of them.
Last pistol on him, right? I think.
Oh yeah, he has a last pistol.
Hitting on 3s. 1 miss, bolt pistol hit.
That is a miss.
No wound.
There was supposed to be a last pistol in there, but we pretty much recognized it. Rosalina has an Inferno pistol, hitting on 2s. That is a hit. Wounding on 2s. That is a wound. 1 5-up save. And the Genestealer bounces out of the way of it. Next up, we have the Electro Priest firing into them. 15 shots, hitting on
3s.
Ooh, nice.
And they can reroll once.
Ooh, that is really good. So, rolled ridiculously well there. You get 12 additional shots, because it's 3 shots apiece. Okay, so this is just 3 hits rather than 1, so you don't need to roll anything, so you get all of that in addition to this.
Yeah, you need more.
Wounding on 3s. That is a lot. We'll get right back to you with that. So with that, we have 15 wounds. That is scary. Okay, so 5-up invulnerable saves. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already dead. Put those over in the corner, and we have 5 more. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them dead. I think that's the unit. And with that, the unit is wiped out. Next up, the Storm Raven's going to put all of its fire into the Swarmlord. We have 12 shots from the assault cannons into it, hitting on 3s. Oh wait, no, it has Power of the Machine Spirit, so it is hitting on 3s. All but 2 hits, wounding on 5s. And that is quite a bit. That's 4. Okay.
Wasn't it wounding on 5s?
Oh, it is wounding on 5s. That's only 2.
Ooh.
So, AP minus 1. He is good from both. Next up, we have the heavy bolters firing into it. 6 shots. Hitting on 3s. All but 1. Wounding on 5s. 1 4-up save. Takes a wound. 1 5-up ignore. He does not ignore it. He has the missiles firing into it. 1 shot from the missile. That is a miss.
Do I want to command point that?
Spending the fate point.
Command point?
Fate point.
Oh, it's...
So you tried to correct me, and it is fate that happened.
Guess it did. Right, that is that.
So now he is going to fire into the Swarmlord, heavy D3. That is 2 shots. What's the weapon's name?
There is an eradication ray hitting on 2s.
That is 1 hit.
He rerolls 1.
That is 2 hits.
So, strength 6.
Wounding on 5s.
2 wounds.
Uh-oh.
AP minus 2.
2 4-up invulnerable saves. He will make both.
Damn.
Gamma pistol into the Swarmlord.
Misses.
Reroll 1s. Misses.
Wait, hold on. Does he hit on 2?
These guys now with the plasma are going to fire into him.
Alright.
Heavy D6. That is 4, 8, 9. Okay, hitting on...
4s?
Ooh, that's not that good. Wounding on 4s. That is 3 wounds. 3 4-up saves. We will make 2 of those.
And that is 1 damage.
And now 5-up and feel no pain, which we will also fail. Now the other data,
Dominus.
Dominus is going to fire into the Swarmlord. Heavy D3, two shots. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
That is 2 hits. Strength 6.
On 5s, nothing.
Nothing.
So Marno is going to fire into the Swarmlord, hitting on a 2 and using the Turbo Penetrator round stratagem.
Yes, spending the command point.
And she hits D3 mortal wounds.
1. But,
1.
however,
So now we're going to use the headshot ability. So on a 3+, you deal... No. And it stops right there. So Swarmlord has a 5+ ignore, which he makes.
right. Wait, let me choose my... Wait, no, we don't.
Spending the command point, Marno is going to fire at the Neothrope, hitting on a 2. And that is a miss, and Marno isn't doing too hot in her first debut. So now this Onager is going to fire everything into that. So it has its Icarus Array, which has a ton of different things.
Yes.
So the first thing is the Missile, which is a hit. Strength,
7.
wounding on 4s, that is a wound. So we'll keep track of that real quick. We have 1 missile wound.
Let's see.
Gatling rocket launcher. Re-rolling all 3 of those ones. That is
4 hits. Strength 6. Wounding on 5s. That is 1 wound.
1 wound from that.
And then we have...
And now the last weapon, which is the autocannons. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling those 3 ones. All hit.
Strength 7.
Wounding on 4s.
That is...
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Okay. So, against the missile, we have a 4+, which we do not ignore. I'll let it go through. Damage. D6. Go ahead.
6 damage.
Ouch. Okay, that hurt. All right. Now against the missiles, the Gatling thingamajig, we
Fail again.
what's the AP minus?
AP minus 2.
We fail again. So go ahead.
So that is 2. Wait.
And then 3 4-up saves, which we pass all of those.
Oof.
So we take 7 wounds. Now the next one's gonna do this. Ooh, how do you
Same
want?
thing.
You want to just kill it?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Missile launcher hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. That's a hit. That is not a wound.
No.
Gatling rocket launcher hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. That is all hit. Wounding on 4s.
5s.
5s?
Yep.
Yep, because this isn't the autocannon. That is
Nothing.
no wounds. And now the 4 shots from the autocannon. All hit. Wounding on 4s. That is 3 wounds. He fails 1. How much damage?
2.
I think that's just 2. Down to 3 wounds. Down to 3. Very hurt, but still in the game. With that, we end the shooting phase on Admech turn 1. Pretty good shooting phase. Pretty solid damage on the Hive Tyrant, and you wiped out the Genestealer cult. And with that, we end Admech turn 1, moving into Tyranids turn 1. Really effective, but now the swarm is fully coming. The Genestealer cult has hit in, but they have been wiped out. Now, the Hive Fleet comes. End of movement phase. These guys stood still, and I'm not going to forget them this time. All of that moved up normally. Carnifex moved up normally. Rippers advanced 6 inches. He advanced 5 inches. He advanced 6 inches, getting out from the log. Hive Tyrant used the command point, healed itself by 2, and flew over. Over here, these guys advanced 5. These guys advanced 5. And the Rippers advanced 6. Then, the Swarmlord over here moved over to get within range of both of these things. So, we go into Psychic phase on turn 2 Tyranids. So now we go into Psychic phase, and the Swarmlord is going to Catalyst himself again. He gets it.
Can I deny?
Yes, you can.
How does that work?
You need to roll higher than an 8, and you're going to deny this with Rosalina.
Yes. How does it?
You just need to roll higher than an 8.
On 2?
Yep. Ooh, you want to deny this.
2.
Oh, you deny the Catalyst.
Denying cause perils?
No.
Phew.
So the Stormlord is then going to try to smite. He gets it. D3. That is 2 mortal wounds dealt to that guy right there, which kills him. The other Stormlord is going to attempt to smite that unit right there, needing a 6. Does not get it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's going to attempt to smite this unit, needing a 7, getting it. D3. That's going to kill both of them, which drops Tarvoch out in the open.
Uh-oh.
And I guess this one back here will attempt them. Can you measure that for me to make sure it's 18 inches?
I'm pretty sure. Wait.
Well, regardless, I'll still roll it. I do get it.
Yeah, it's mad easy.
Okay, so D3. 2 mortal wounds on them. The Nearthorb can cast, but he's not going to.
Can he reach anything?
No, that's the reason he's not casting.
Can he reach more, no?
Yes, he can. So, 2d6 smite, needing, I think, a 9 at this point? No.
No.
Even if I got a 6, it would fail.
Right.
Okay, and with that, we end the psychic phase and go on to shooting phase. Hive Tyrant's going to fire into them.
Oh crap, I forgot my roll.
So, hitting on 4s, all of this. We're going to miss a bunch. Actually, quite a bit. Okay, wounding on 3s. That is 2, 4, 6 wounds. No AP.
Wounding on 2s?
Oh, whoop, 3s. Go ahead.
What are you shooting?
This is at the servitors right there.
Right.
And that is 2 damage.
Is it?
So with that, that one dies and one takes a wound. So I'm going to do this off camera, but all of these are firing at this. And this is currently hovering. So from all of that, we managed to score 4 wounds, 4 AP -1 saves, so 4 4-ups. That is 2.
Damage.
6s to ignore that. That is 2 damage. Down to 12 wounds. And now we have these guys to fire. 6 shots hitting on 3s. That is 1 cock dice. That is 4 hits. Strength 8, wounding on 3s. That is 2 so far, and this one was cocked. 2 5+ saves. You make 1, and it is D3 damage for 2 damage.
Damage down to
2 6-up saves. It takes 2 of them, down to 10. And with that, we end the shooting phase and go into assault phase. So first thing is this Hive Tyrant's going to charge here. He needs a 2-inch charge. He makes it. We'll do the Overwatch off camera. This guy's going to charge them and them. He is definitely going to make it. There we go. From the Overwatch, this Hive Tyrant took a wound. Needing a 12-inch charge here. I mean, I might as well. You know what? I need these 2. Come on, Isaac and Pablo. Double 6s.
Nah, they're not.
No. We're going to start with the Stormlord swinging into the Breachers. 6 attacks hitting on 2s. 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds at AP -3. So 3 6-up saves. You make 1 of them. They're 3 damage a pop. So they're dead. Him now, he's going to make his 4 attacks against them, hitting on 3s. That is all hit. That is 1 wound, and he continues to do absolutely nothing. 1 6-up save. You rolled a 6. Yep, he continues to do absolutely nothing. I'm going to spend 3 command points. He's going to strike again. Before that, these guys are going to pile in and swing. So the Sikaran Ruststalkers are going to swing back. You get 1 more attack here for the leader dude.
Right.
These are the claws. These are the
Transonic razors.
the razors.
So
They're all hitting on 3+. And they're all wounding on 5+. So hitting on 3s. You have 1 reroll because it cocked, and I think everything else but this 1 miss.
I
hit.
reroll 1s. Oh, I have strength. Oh, plus 1 strength.
Righty, wounding on 5s. With everything.
These are important.
And that's it?
That's it.
Okay, so you got 1/6, so we have a 3-up invo against that.
Wait,
No, wait, that one's just D3 mortal wounds.
This is D3 mortal wounds.
So do the D3 mortal wounds. That is 2, so he's down to 8. Okay, and then there's 1 normal,
No,
which I save.
Yeah.
And then there's 1 with a 6+ from the blade, which I ignore. And then there's 1 more normal.
No, wait, no, this is a mortal wound.
So he goes down to 7. Okay, Hive Tyrant, Stormlord hitting back on 2s. That is all hits. Wounding on 2s. That is all but 1 at -3 each.
6+.
They're all dead.
Yes.
Blah.
Blah.
And with that, he will move closer this way. So with that, we end the Tyranids turn 2. We have quite a bit of damage. We vaporized 2 units here with the Hive Tyrant. And that one did absolutely nothing.
Oh,
Good fight.
Swarmlord vaporized 2 units.
Yeah, the Swarmlord wiped out 2 units.
Right.
Alright, so now we go on to Inquisition and Admech turn 2. End of movement phase here on Admech turn 2. This all stood still. This is technically landing. All of this moved over to deal with the Swarmlord right here. Over here, the 2 Breachers.
Destroyers, sorry.
Destroyers moved away to grab Call, or Baltavarius Tarvoch, which is kind of goes against their free will because of the Carnifexes coming up. These guys stood still. This guy moved over slightly to see the Hive Tyrant here. And with that, we go into Psychic phase as Rosalina attempts to smite that creature, needing a 5.
Makes it.
She gets it. I deny on it. Oh wait, no, you get -1. So again, she misses. So Rosalina's mind is still clouded, but she can still deny these monstrosities from the warp. But now we move on to shooting phase. She is going to fire her... Oh. First up, the Acolytes are going to fire into the Swarmlord. We got 13 shots here. Hitting on 3s. That is a good amount of hits. Rerolling all of those failed to hits because he is a Psyker.
Indeed.
That is still pretty bad, but that is a good chunk of hits.
Right.
Wounding on 5s.
Rerolling.
Gotta love Odo Hereticus.
Odo Hereticus is great.
So far is 3 hits. Rerolling. That is 5.
Sweet.
5 4-up saves. He will take 3. So 7, 6, down to 4. Rosalina will now fire her Inferno Pistol at him, which hits, wounds on a 3.
Rerolls wounds.
That is it. Alright. 4-up invulnerable save.
Doesn't make it.
I'm gonna spend the command point. He makes it.
Damn it.
Now we have the hotshot las guns and a las pistol going into him. Okay, hitting on 3s.
Rerolling.
That is all hits.
Wounding on 5s. Rerolling all. Oh, crap.
Okay, that is...
3 wounds.
This is going to be a 4-up. He will take a wound. And then we have a 3-up.
Last pistol did a damage.
Take a wound.
Praise las guns.
Alright, you have 2 melta-guns here.
Yeah, they're probably gonna do it.
2 hits.
Rerolling.
No wounds. 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. Makes both.
Damn.
Last pistol and bolt pistol. The orange will be the last pistol. That is 2 hits. That is 1 wound, rerolling this one. That is 1 wound, 1 3-up save. Makes it. So we did measure this out. The intent was to have these guys fire into that. So we did just shift them over a little bit just to make things easier. So all of them firing into that Carnifex. Hitting on 3s.
Rerolling 1.
That is a lot of hits. So we got a bunch of hits. Taking out the 2s. 2 additional, so all of them are there. Wounding on 5s. That is 2 wounds. 3 wounds. Okay. He will fire into them. That's the...
That eradication ray, D3 to start with. That
2
is
shots.
2 shots.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 2.
Well, he moved. It's heavy.
Right. Hitting on 3s. Up.
Both hit?
Both hit. Strength 6.
Wounding on 5s. That is no wounds. This is going to fire into this. Missile first. To miss.
It's a hit.
Oh yeah, because I fly. You get +1.
Yes. So,
Roll damage.
Wounding on force.
Yep.
No wound.
No wound. Okay. Next weapon.
Alright. Gatling missile launcher. Oh.
Hitting on 2s.
Rerolling 1.
All hit.
All hits. Wounding on 5s.
That is 1.
1 wound.
I will make it.
Yes. Was that the armor or invo?
Invo.
Right. And then the last.
The autocannons.
Yes.
All hit.
Hits. No
That is no wounds. Second Onager into it. Missile. Hits. Wounds. Fails.
D6 damage.
Yep.
4.
4. Uh-oh. It died.
It died.
Does it explode? It does, but nothing is within 3 inches of it. With that, the Hive Tyrant is dead. Morno is going to fire into him, hitting on a 2. She hit. Are you going to spend the command point to try to auto-kill him?
Yes.
Alright, D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. Now, 3+ for a headshot. That is another mortal wound.
4+.
That is another mortal wound.
5+. No.
Okay, so 3 mortal wounds though. Spending the last fate point, Marno is now going to fire into the Neurothrope. Hitting on 2s. She hits. And that is 2 mortal wounds, so this thing is dead.
Uh-huh.
Storm Raven is going to fire everything into the close combat warriors. First thing is the assault cannon in, 12 shots, hitting on 3s. So a good chunk of misses. Wounding on 3s. That is all but 2, or all but 3. So 4, 5 up saves. That is going to kill one of them and deal 2 damage to another. So this one did die from that, and this one is down to a single wound. 6 shots now, hitting on 3s. One more. Boop. All but 1. And then 3s to wound, because strength 5. That is 3 wounds. That is 2 damage. That is going to kill this warrior and drop this one down to 2. 1 shot from the missile. That is a miss. Solid. Next up we have him firing into these warriors. Heavy D3. That is 2 shots. Hitting on 2s. 2 hits.
Strength 6.
Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. AP minus.
4.
How much damage?
D3.
Alright, first one needing higher than a 2. Okay, alright, so he's dead no matter what.
Damn it.
He's going to fire his pistol into these warriors. Hitting on a 3. Nope.
Rerolling once.
Hit. Strength. Wounding on 3s. That is a wound. AP minus.
3.
Well, I needed a 7.
2
So
wounds.
that drops this warrior down to 1.
Wait, it did 2 wounds.
One of these is firing into them. The other is firing into them. So the one that's firing into the Lash Rip Bone Swords. They are in the Protector protocols, so they have double the amount of shots.
So 18 shots incoming. Let's roll in the box, shall we?
Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling 1s. That is now wounding on 3s. Oh, that's pretty good for me. Some 6-up saves right here. We'll make absolutely none of these, and this will kill 1 warrior, 2 warriors, and put a wound on another. Now this one will fire into here. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. The re-rolling of 1s didn't get you any more hits. Wounding on 3s. We have 6 saves on the fresh warrior units. And we'll have 2 warriors die. So the 2 back warriors eat it. So with that, we end the shooting phase. A pretty devastating one. We have a warrior left over here, 3 left over here. And now we go... Oh, we also lost a Hive Tyrant.
Oh, yeah.
So now Rosalina is going to charge into the Swarm Lord.
Hitting.
She's going to make it.
Meow.
And her Acolyte team behind her. They are also going to make it, so you need that Thunderhammer in there. That's the only thing that's really important. We're just going to count that as in base contact because of the scythe.
Right.
Does anything else want to charge? I don't believe so.
Nope, nothing can.
Alrighty. Rosalina has 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling everything.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling everything.
She has 6 attacks now, right?
No, 5. She
Okay.
has 4 base.
Re-rolling those 2. Alright, hitting 4 times. Wounding on 6s. Oh, wow.
Re-rolling wounds.
Okay. So we have 2 3-up invulnerable saves. We will fail 1, and I'm going to spend a command point. Okay, 3+ invo save. He makes it. So now we have the Acolytes. The only important one is the Thunderhammer.
Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling.
She missed. Right, Thunderhammer has 2 attacks, so 1 more.
Hit.
That is a hit.
Wounding on... I don't know.
Oh, it's actually a miss, but it's re-rolling. That's the hit. And wounding on a 3+. Oh, wait, 4. But yes, you got it. Okay, so it is strength 6 with this Thunderhammer. It was wounding on 5s, but you did get the wound, and this is a 3+ invulnerable save. She makes. 6 attacks from the other Acolytes, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling. All but 1. Looking for 6s. That is 2.
Wait, I re-roll wounds too. Did I forget that?
You do re-roll the wounds. Go ahead. Okay, so down to a single wound. 6 attacks from the Swarm Lord into the Acolytes. That is 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 4 wounds, so that is going to kill off the Acolytes. Well, they do have a 6-up save because of our makeshift refractor fields.
1 is saved.
So 3 of them are going to die, and the Repentia is going to remain. They're 3 damage a pop.
Yes.
And with that, we end the Admech in Inquisition turn 2 as we move into Tyranids turn 3. So the Canticles of the Omnissiah were rerolled to hit.
Reroll shooting on 1s and +1 strength.
Okay. Okay, so end of movement phase. Swarmlord stayed in combat here. These guys all moved up to start surrounding these guys and try to get Tarvoch. The 2 Broodlords ran up and over. As the Gaunts behind started moving into the terrain, Rippers moved up. And over here, the warriors started popping up. And these warriors moved up and over. So we're going to go into Psychic phase now. And the Swarmlord is going to have its mental battle with Rosalina. So we're going to cast Catalyst on himself with a 6. Do you deny?
Yes.
Hopefully. Yes, you do. I'm going to smite this Thunderhammer. So D3 Mortal. That is going to be 2, and that is going to kill that Acolyte. He's going to cast Smite. He is not going to get it. Oh wait, no, he is going to get it, because now it's 6. For D3, dealing 1, knocking this guy down to 1 wound. And then the next one, same target. He does not get it now. And with that, we're done with Psychic phase, on to Shooting phase. Shot with all of these into the Storm Raven. 3 4-up saves. making one of them 2 6-up ignore damage. Taking 2 damage. This thing is down to 8 now. And with that, we end the shooting phase because all I have left is assaults. So, this guy is going to attempt to charge them. He is barely going to make it. So from them, you got a ton of hits. So rolling to wound, needing 5s. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. 5 3+ saves. We failed one of them, so he is down to, I believe, 6 wounds. Down to 7 wounds. This guy's going to charge them, needing a 2. He makes it. We'll do the Overwatch. 2d6 roll to 5. No hits. Pretty much everything else is going to try to jump in there. Carnifex makes it. Carnifex makes it. And then him, he has to run all the way around. He does not make it. We'll start right here with this Carnifex swinging into them. He has 4 attacks. He is going to hit 3 times. He is going to wound on 2s. Their toughness 3.
Yes.
That is 2 wounds at AP -3.
They have their 5+ invulnerable.
They ignore 1, and then it's
They have a
It's 3 damage.
5+ feel no pain.
It's 3 damage.
5.
3 damage.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
3 of them. There we go.
Nope.
So one guy eats 3 of it and explodes.
Splat.
So we have 8 attacks from 2 Carnifexes here. That is all but 2. That is wounding on 3s. So that is 5 wounds. Alright, rolling info. Ooh, that's only 3.
That's one dead. No,
That's both. Oh, what? This actually matters. So that is both of them dead. This guy will move up just a bit. So going back really quickly, I did forget to charge with them, so I will charge with this one guy into the Castellan robots. Okay, so that was a bad idea. He exploded. Now these 3 are going to charge into them. They are going to make it. 36 shots from them into the warriors, hitting on 6s, re-rolling 1s. I'll just get back to you with this. This is a lot of dice. We got a ton of hits, rolling to wounds, needing 3s. That is all but 1. Oh my god. Okay, I think they just died. Okay, so AP -1.
AP -2.
6s. Okay, so far we made 2. Ooh, 4. But they're
1 damage.
1.5 of them die. I just realized something. They would actually have to multi-charge him, so he gets to shoot as well. That is 3 hits. That is 1 hit.
We're not within 8.
No. That is a wound. AP minus.
1.
Okay, here we go. 5 up. Fails it. So regardless of damage, that one guy is dead.
Yes.
Yeah. And this warrior makes it into combat. These rippers are going to charge the airplane.
Can they?
He's on the ground currently. They are going to make it. So we'll do this fight. I have 3 attacks. I will hit. And okay. So your attack's back with everything. Do the Datasmith first. Not the Datasmith. That guy first. The Datasmith is actually going to heroically intervene. He's going to heroically intervene because I would barely not make it to him, but I would have to come within half an inch. No, because I would. So he's moving up, they're moving in. So everything is punching this poor warrior, who did nothing wrong.
He hasn't actually done anything, so no.
Hey, he has picked off wounds off of this thing.
That's nothing.
No surprise here, the combined amount of fighting as well as the power fist, power axes, and everything easily killed the warrior. So in protective protocols, these guys can't actually move. So this one would get to swing, but it was these 2 that killed him, so it didn't matter. So I think that even applies to consolidation.
Yes, even that. Nothing
Okay.
can move them.
So everything will stay still over here.
Right.
Electro Priests are going to get hit by... are going to swing back now.
Hitting on 3s.
That is all but one. Reroll that one. Oh, wait, no, he's too far away now.
No. I'm hitting rerolling 1s. Oh, wait, in the shooting. My bad.
Yeah, this is just +1 strength now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength 6. Only on 5 still.
On 5s. That is 3.
Not bad.
3+ saves. We will fail 2 of them. So down to 5. And now the Stormlord is swinging at Rosalina.
So good.
That is 5 hits. That is 4 wounds. Rosalina has a 4+ invulnerable save thanks to this mission. She actually makes... Spending your last command point, she is still alive with 3 wounds, 2 wounds remaining. And now her attacks back. 4 attacks hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. Actually, rerolling everything. That is 4 hits. Wounding on 6s. Rerolling all of it. Nothing. With that, Tyranids end their turn 3. Rosalina desperately trying to get to her friend. Her acolytes moving in behind her. End of movement phase. These guys retreated. These guys moved up. These 2 moved up slightly. She moved up slightly. I hit her with my finger. Oopsie daisy. Now I'm just moving.
Stop it.
He stood still. 2 Castellan robots stood still because they're in their protective protocols. These guys moved over to be within range of him. The Storm Raven flew over and around and is taking surveillance of where Tarvoch's body is beneath all these monsters. Luckily right now, the Tyranids don't seem interested in eating him because they view him as just another tank. Maybe he has the vehicle trait. Just kidding.
He doesn't.
So we're going to go into Psychic phase because Rosalina stayed in combat with the Stormlord.
So...
Roll a...
Needing a 6?
Yes. You get it. Okay, I'm going to try to deny.
That's difficult, but yeah.
That's a 10. I do not deny. That is
He's
mortal
dead.
wounds against him. He is dead. Does he explode? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he explodes, dealing D3 mortal wounds. Rosalina falls with him. So Rosalina is heavily injured. So, where do you want to go from here? Marno, seeing her beloved friend fall in combat, is shooting this guy. Emotionally torn, the gun shakes and the bullet misses. 2 melta guns into that, hitting on 3s. That is 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound, no save. 2d6, pick the highest. That is 6, he is dead. The eradication beam from the Dominus into him. That is 3 shots. Hitting on 2s. That is 3 hits. Toughness 6.
Strength 6, wounding on 4s.
That is 1 wound. He has a 5+ dodge. He makes it. Onager number 1 into Pinky. The missile. That is a hit. Wounding on 3s. That is a wound. 5+ dodge. He does not dodge. D6 damage. 2 damage down to 1.
Alright.
Boop. Gatling missile launcher hitting on 3s.
Rerolling ones. 3 hits.
And that is 3 wounds because it's strength 7.
Strength 6.
Strength 6, so you need a force. So 3. And he's dead. Second onager into the other one. Missile. Miss. Rerolling 1s.
Miss.
Miss. Gatling rocket launchers.
Hitting on...
Reroll that one. Reroll them again. That is 4 hits.
No.
Oh, -1 to hit, right? Okay, so
Hitting
3
on
hits.
3 hits. Wounding on 4s.
That is 2 wounds.
AP minus 2. So
2 5 pluses, double 1s. Now we have the autocannons, 4 shots.
rerolling 1s.
That is 2 hits.
Strength 7. Wounding on 3s. Nothing.
Hotshot las guns into him.
2 shots.
4 shots. Hitting on 3s.
That's 3 hits. AP,
Wounding on 6s.
Nothing.
And then 1 las pistol.
Miss.
Okay. 1 eradication array into him. D3 shots. That is 3 shots. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. That is 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. AP minus.
1.
4s. Fails both. How much damage?
1 per.
Down to 6. Now we have the galvanic pistol into him.
Gamma pistol. Yeah.
Gamma.
Yep. He hits.
Alrighty.
Doesn't wound.
The 2 robots are going to fire into him. I'll just get back to you with the wounds. There's a lot of shooting here. So after all of the shots there, he took 4 wounds down to 2. So now we have this, which is going to do a backflip. From this, we're going to put the heavy bolters into this. The heavy bolters, the assault cannon, and everything else into this one. So 6 shots hitting on 3s. That is all but 1. Wounding on 5s. That is 1 wound. And he makes it. Now we have the assault cannon and missile. Do the missile first because it's simple. That is a hit. That is a wound. That is a failed save. D6 damage. That is 1. Down to 7. 12 shots hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. That is 1. Which I failed. Down to 6. And with that, we end Admech's turn 3. Pretty devastating. I did lose the Swarm Lord.
Do I probably want to charge these guys in.
Oh yeah, you could. Go for it. Roll 2d6 for him. Needing maybe a 4. Yeah, he makes it.
Other guy makes it.
Yeah, he makes it. We'll do this fighting off camera. Hitting on 4s.
And 3s. That is 1 hit. 2 hits. 1 Omniscient Axe, 1 Power Fist.
That is a wound. And that is a wound. So, Omniscient Axe, how much damage? 2. Killing 1. The Power Fist. 2. Wounding 1 down. They'll do their attacks back. So no damage back, and they do need a morale check. 3 plus 1, they're good.
Yep.
So now we go into Tyranids, turn 4. Pretty devastating. Rosalina has been lost. Well, at least wounded. And her acolytes are trying to retrieve her, as well as trying to get Baltavarius Tarvoch. The Tyranid swarm is starting to falter. Perhaps the naval battle is going successfully. End of movement phase. This guy moved up slightly. This one moved up and he ran all the way up. We're leaving Tarvoch behind because, well, he's a machine and not important. These guys moved up to get within range of this. These stood still. Oh, these moved up as well. And yeah, over here, this is going to be funny. These guys stood still, and now we're going to go into psychic phase. He is going to psychically strike these things. He gets it. D3 mortal. That is 2 of them. Eat it. So 2 ignoring damage. They do not. So 2 wounds there. That. And with that, we're done with psychic phase. On to shooting. All of these guys are going to shoot the airplane. All the shots there did absolutely nothing to this. These will shoot at it now, because I will remember them every other turn. That is how this is going to work. That is 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds. So, we have 3 5-up saves on the airplane. You taking 2, and from those 2, we have D3 damage. That is 4 damage. So 4 6-up ignores.
Wait, you mean 3.
Oh yeah, that is 3, my bad. And you take 2, so the airplane is now down to 6, so it is bracketed. And with that, we end the shooting phase. We're just going to go straight into charge phase. This Carnifex is going to try to charge them. He is going to make it. Now you do get to overwatch with those 4 shots from that hot shot and 1 shot with a las pistol. The hot shot hits once. It does not wound. This guy's going to attempt to charge here. He is not going to make it.
Oh, whoa.
And you do get your overwatch. So 6 shots.
Yeah, come here.
That is no hits. This Carnifex is going to attempt to charge this and this. He does not make it. You do get to overwatch with these into him. 6 shots. That is 2 hits.
3 hits, actually.
And what's the strength?
Strength 5.
Oh, that's 2 damage. Let me just roll 2 white ones. 1 goes through. What's the AP minus on that?
Nothing.
Okay, so 1 goes through, so he's down to 5. And he fails his charge. And we have this fight over here. These guys will pile in. Put the 4 attacks here. That is bad. Hey, we got 1. 1 wound. 1 6 up. So 1 guy is dead. Which one do you want to remove? I'd keep the power sword if I were you.
Yes.
Splat. As one of the acolytes dies. Okay, and then I'll do these attacks. They did absolutely nothing. Your attacks back, the axe.
Axe is first. Hits on all.
Okay, so that is these 2 dead. And with that, this guy might want to consolidate this way.
Indeed he does.
Alrighty. And with that, we end combat here on Tyranid turn. This is turn 4, right?
Yeah.
Wow, we're going pretty quick. Alright, end of movement phase. These guys stood still. These 2 walked over to get within range of here. These guys stayed still. These guys stayed still. These 2 walked away from combat. Stormraven came up over here. And those 2 stood still. He stood still. He might want to actually move towards the edge just a little bit.
Actually, no. I'm going to advance him.
Do you want to shoot into him, though?
Not really. I don't think he can reach.
Okay, advancing him.
So he's going to move down. And he gets to advance 2, so it's like...
He's just going to hop down and over.
Yes.
Okay. And with that, we end the movement phase. And we go into psychic phase, except Rosalina is still laying on the ground as her acolytes grabbed her body.
Psychic phase done.
And now we go into shooting phase on turn 4. Starting off with this guy shooting into him, D3 shots. That's 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. That is 2 hits.
6 plus, 6 strength, so...
On 5s. That is 1 wound. AP minus.
4.
No save.
D3 damage.
Ah, down to 1. Gamma pistol into him. That is a hit. That is no wound. Las pistol and bolt pistol into him. 2 melta guns into him.
They both hit.
So it's 2 hits. I'm assuming this is the last.
Last bolt.
Okay.
Rerolling everything. Wait.
No, he's not a psyker.
Oh wait, that's right. Never mind.
So 2 melta guns into the other one. Hitting on 3s. Oh no. Morno is going to fire down into this Carnifex. Hitting on 2s. Wow. You know, this is the same luck that I have with them.
The snipers?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
I never hit with them. Everything into this except the heavy bolters into this. So heavy bolters first. Hitting on 4s.
3 hits.
Wounding on 5s. That is 1 wound. Might take him down. I missed the table. Takes him down. Now we have the 12 shots into him. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. That is 1 wound. Makes it.
No.
Thanks, Papa. 1 missile hitting on 4s. That is a miss. Sile. Onager putting all of its weapons into the Broodlord. Missile first.
Hits.
That is a wound. 5+ invo save. Does not make it.
D6 damage.
That is exact to kill him. The other Onager is going to fire into this. Missile.
Hit.
That is a hit. Strength 8.
Nope. Strength 7.
Needing a 4.
Alright.
Next up we have the Gatling rocket launchers. Re-rolling ones. No, not re-rolling ones anymore.
Isn't it? Oh no, he's too far.
Yep. So that is 2 hits. Looking for 5s. Nothing.
Nothing.
Autocannons. 1 hit.
1 hit.
No wounds. Electro Priest into him. 6 shots. Oh, that's 2 additional hits.
Hitting on 3s. Extra hit.
Okay. Wounding on 5s.
Strength 5.
Yep.
Wounding on 5s.
That is 2.
2 wounds.
AP minus nothing.
No.
Okay, he makes it. 2 robots are going to go into him now. First robot. Hitting on 4s. Re-rolling 1s. Ones.
That's an extra
Alrighty.
hit.
That is, I think,
Wounding on 5s.
yep. That is 2 wounds.
3 wounds actually.
3. Okay, first 3, AP minus.
3 minus 2.
Ooh, 5 up. He will take 1 wound so far. Down to 4. Hitting on 4s.
Rerolling 1s.
9 hits so far, re-rolling 1s. That is 10 hits. Wounding on 5s.
No.
Uh-oh. And with that, we end Admech turn 4. Pretty devastating, but we still have him remaining. But yeah, we don't have too much left on the field. So we'll go into Tyranids, turn 5. End of movement phase. These guys moved up, these guys moved, and the Carnifex moved. I'm going to do all these shots into that. Okay, we got a bunch of hits, wounding on 5s. We got 3 wounds. 3 up saves. You take more damage. On a 6 up, you ignore that. You do not. And with that, we end the shooting phase. And now we go on to the assault phase. He's going to attempt to charge in here. He definitely makes it, maybe. I'm going to reroll that one. Okay, we have a las gun. That is 1 hit. Looking for a 6. Nothing. And then we have 1 las pistol. Miss. 1 mortal wound goes through and wounds one of these guys. Then he has his 4 attacks. Okay. That's 1 wound. So this guy has a 6 up.
Nope.
Nope, and he is... Oh, did you want to kill him?
Let's leave the power sword. Why not?
Okay, the sergeant, the hero, is staying alive. So his 2 attacks. 2 hits, looking for those 6s. Uh-oh. AP minus 3, 6 up. No save. So that is 1 damage on him. And with that, we end Tyranid turn 5. Okay, so end of movement phase. We are actually picking up the 2 characters.
Yeah.
Which is Tarvoch and Rosalina. Granted, her acolytes are going to have to do it. But the plane did make it to here, and then he moved the relic into there. We're counting the relic as an actual body, so it's literally him dragging it into the aircraft and telling him to go. Next up, this guy disengaged, and now we're going to go into shooting phase.
So.
Everything here is going to go into there. 2 melta guns, hitting on 3s. Yeah. 2 hits. That is 1 wound. 1 6 up, no, 7 up save. Yeah, I can't make it. 2d6.
2d6.
Pick the highest. That is 3 damage, which is enough to kill him.
Sweet.
And with the lack of Gribblies on the battlefield, the swarm retreats for now as Navy warfare increases. The Tyranids have been momentarily pushed back. this allowing Rosalina and Tarvoch to escape. For a second, they find peace in seeing each other. Morno joins them shortly after, and they pick up their acolytes and head back into space, where Rosalina calls in a favor from Inquisitor Farnoth of the Ordo Xenos to deal with the Tyranid menace. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that battle report. This was a very, very, very close game. I probably should have piled these guys in a little bit more and gone a little bit more aggressive with them. And I probably should have remembered them half the time, but I keep forgetting. In fact, I think I forgot them last turn again. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this more narrative-focused game. If you would like to see more games like this, where we just play for fun and have missions with quirky stuff that happens in the universe, please let us know in the comment section down below. Also, while you're there, check out the links in the description down below. You can find all of my social media on there. You can also follow me on things like Twitter, Facebook, yada, yada, yada. I'm on Instagram. And you can check out my Patreon. Patreon goes a long way to helping me out. It gets me the models that I need and gets me cool games like this and gets Victor to my country. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. As always, I'm Alexis the Norn Queen. Love you guys. Bye.
Operational Report. Inquisitor Rosalina Lockwoods. Primary Surgeon Adept Biologist Titus McCain. What follows are a series of operations that are currently ongoing. Initial statement and causation. Inquisitor Lockwood had engaged the Hive Tyrant bioform known as the Swarm Lord. This was not only foolish and ill-advised, but suicidal. This Tyranid bioform has been responsible for the near countless deaths across the Imperium, including some of the Space Marines' greatest heroes. Initial damage and observation. Inquisitor Lockwood has been cut from her left shoulder to the right side of her waist. The lower half of her arm is completely destroyed, but it would appear that she somehow managed to deflect the blow enough to survive. Initial hypothesis. Inquisitor Lockwood is a psyker and must have been using her abilities to keep herself from bleeding out and going into shock, seeing as how that would be the only real explanation. Observational damage. As stated before, Inquisitor Rosalina's lower left arm is destroyed. I say that it is destroyed because it is no longer flesh, but a bionic. One of my own masterworks. The left bionic lung appears to have been severed and is no longer functioning. It also appears that the Tyranids bioacid, as it is called, has eaten away at some of her bionic organs, as well as some of her other organs. Her bionic heart appears to be damaged and is in dire needs of repair, and a good chunk of her large intestine as well. It needs to be replaced, and a complete blood transfusion is needed to be done, as the bioacid that has destroyed some of her internal organs has found its way into her bloodstream. Hospitaller Albry will be assisting me with the replacement of these internal organs, as well as the many transfusions that will be needed, while Tech Adept Neil will be helping me in crafting the new bionics for the Inquisitor. Ending transmission thoughts. The Omnissiah has truly watched over her this day. But why would she do all of this to save some Magos?